Magic the Gathering is an amazing trading card game that has seen a rocky translation to the iPad in the past. Is this the version that's overcome all those issues? You're gonna have to stay tuned to find out. I'm Josh. I just realized earlier today that I don't have a lot of shirts I can attach a lapel mic to, and this is what's happening. Explaining how to play Magic the Gathering in a 5-minute review is borderline impossible, so we're going to be focusing specifically on how it plays on the iPad. It has a built-in tutorial, however, that does a fantastic job of explaining the game, so it could easily be used as an entry point to new players. The controls are natural. Flinging cards onto the field to play them feels great. It gives the cards a tactile element and is faster and more intuitive than a controller interface. Double tapping is utilized across the app to zoom in on cards and pop-up menus that allow for extra info and ability activation. Alternating what mana is tapped to cast spells, a huge aspect of Magic, is also easy. First, select the card, then simply give it a tap to cycle through mana combinations. Navigating menus and controlling options are all equally easy through simple swipes and taps. This game has a really clean and I would say fairly beautiful user interface. The stark white background can get a little tedious to play on every single match, and it never changes no matter what's going on in what world you're in or what level you're in. It's always going to be that white background, and that can get a little bit old. But everywhere else in the game, I think it is extremely sharp looking and actually pretty fantastic. The purple accents really bring out that white and sharp, stark contrast, and I think it looks really sharp. This game also has pretty great music, which is something that you don't think you would notice too much, but when you're playing a ton of games like that, if it's bad, it will start to grate on you. This seamlessly integrates with the rest of the game and actually sounds pretty good. Which is also fantastic because from my personal experience and reviews on the App Store, it's impossible to get this thing to recognize silent mode. So if you're, let's say, checking the app at the office or something like that, you're going to want to make sure that you swipe up on your control panel and turn the volume all the way down before you open the app, because it will ignore that setting. And judging from past experience with this app, I'm not positive that's something that they will patch out in future iterations. It has really fun stat tracking, which is something that I enjoy. I don't know if everybody cares too much about this, but I love to know how much time I've spent in a game, especially when I'm doing one of these reviews. And I love to know other things, and the stats really in this game are specific to things that a Magic player is going to really find interesting. And once you get deep into the mythos and deep into what you're doing as a planeswalker, a lot of these stats start to become a lot more important to you and are very interesting. Couple that with the fact that this iteration has really fast load times. So far, I've experienced no connection issues, and the overall very high production value of this app, such as the cinematics that cut the action up, and just the overall look and feel of it, and you've got a pretty good package. The main thing with this app, though, is that I was running it on the newest hardware, an iPad Air, which is what I have experienced it on. There are a few reviews that say if you have older, and this only works on the iPad, this game, if you have older hardware, it could be somewhat lurchy and there could be a couple problems that you could experience, which is something that you need to be mindful of. My personal experience, this game has worked very, very well, the best out of the series so far, but a couple other people have had issues. So if you're working on older hardware, I would look into a more detailed review on your specific hardware. Overall, this game is fantastic. This is the Magic the Gathering I've been waiting for. That custom deck building works very well. The mana tapping and everything is pretty seamless. The controls on the iPad are fantastic, and I actually enjoy this version better than the Steam version. I find it more fun, more intuitive to play with. The question with this app, though, is the cost and the expense of it. At the beginning of this video, you saw in that little white cue card that it shows that it's free and has a modular pay structure with $9.99 unlocking pretty much all the content. That being said, there's a $35 package for this game that is obviously much more expensive and unlocks every single card for you. And this is where this review becomes kind of difficult to say. Because for some people, that won't be a terrible buy. If you do the math, it's only a little bit more than buying all the individual packs, and you do get some foils and things thrown in. Still, I would say that the foils are largely useless, so if you do want to unlock all the cards, I would buy the specific modules, the $5 modules, instead of going into this bundle deal. I think the bundle is just straight up a bad buy for iPad users. It's a bad buy on Steam, but at least they put a front up by giving you a book and some backgrounds and a soundtrack to go along with it. The iPad users don't get that luxury and still pay the full $34.99. The pay structure of this is very complicated and hard to get into, so I'm going to try and break it down for you as easy as possible. As I said before, it is a modular structure, and that's the best thing about the iPad app. The Steam version is going to cost $9.99 just to look at, but you iPad users have a leg up on the competition. You're able to get in on the ground floor with a free version of this game, and I implore anyone with even a most base interest in Magic the Gathering to definitely download this game and give it a shot. For free, it's the best buy around. Once we get past that, though, we start looking at the different pay options. We get into the $9.99 version. Now, this $9.99 version is the go-to version. That is the version that I implore you to get. As someone who dropped the $34.99, I desperately want to stress that $9.99 is where to go if you want to buy this game. For $9.99, you're going to unlock all the worlds, the multiplayer, and you're going to have access to the ability to unlock all the cards that you would purchase for the $35 version. The $9.99 version has all the full functionality of the game. You're not going to be missing out on anything like that. The only thing that it doesn't have is the card unlocks. But that's the game. If you want to play this game as a single person, as a sole player experience, one player experience, then the entire reason for purchasing the game is to unlock those cards. And see the little bar at the bottom fill up with a percentage of how complete your card collection is. That's the reason that you're playing this game. Sure, multiplayer is going to be a lot of fun, but with the extra $25, you could buy all the premium booster packs, which is the microtransaction aspect of this game, and isn't even included in the $35 package. So I want to stress that very much. The premium packs are not included in the $35 package. That would be an additional purchase as well. So as I said, modularly, that's the way to really experience this game. Go for the $9.99 version, unlock the cards as it was meant to be played, and if you find the grinding to be too much, then you can go ahead and drop the $5 down here or there to round out your set. That being said, they don't reduce in cost depending on how many cards you have filled out in the catalog already. So if you only need a couple singletons or one of cards, then it really isn't cost effective to drop those $5 still. But once you've gone through all that, no matter how you've spent the money, if you bought the 35 or if you just bought the 10, you're going to be looking at buying these premium packs for $1.99 a piece. Now, personally, from my personal experience, I will stress once again to buy the $9.99 version, and then if you were going to spend money on the $35 version, then use that to purchase these packs. These are, without question, unequivocally the best cards in the game. These are the cards that pro players, people who've played the game for years, are really going to want to be looking for. Personally, I would kill for a 4-pack of Think Twice. But since I bought the $35 version, cash is a little low right now to pour more money into these $1.99 packs. And that's the whole thing about this game. If you let it, it will nickel and dime you in a way that none of the previous iterations have really done. And it's kind of sneaky about the way that it's doing it and the way it's going about it. I've done my best to give you a clear outline in the end part of this review so that you can make an educated decision and purchase the package that's right for you. But if you have any questions at all at what exactly you get for the money, if I was a little fuzzy or unclear, please ask me down in the comment section below. I will take full responsibility and be Stainless and Wizards customer service on this one so that you guys can get the absolute utmost out of this package and out of this service so that you can have fun and play the game, and hopefully I'll see you in game. If you do end up enjoying the game, then I want to let you guys know that the Tech Daily Duels channel is a channel I also run on YouTube that has detailed play strategies, and I play a different opponent and usually crush them every single day. And we'll also be getting into detailed strategies on how to play Magic the Gathering in the coming weeks using this app as a guide, using the tutorial included in there to outline some of the basic strategies, and I'll be going into more depth there. So if you want to learn about the game, be sure to check out that other channel. A link will be down in the description so you can go over there. Even if you don't do that though, I want to thank you for watching this review, and I want to stress that if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please ask them down below. As I said, I don't have any experience with older hardware running this game, but hopefully someone in the YouTube community will be able to answer your question on that regard down there as well. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys. You know I really appreciate you coming out and supporting this show and watching the app reviews. If you're a fan of Magic the Gathering, then I welcome you here as well. And if you're a fan of apps, then I definitely say that this is the time and the app to get you involved in this fantastic trading card game. Thanks again for watching, you guys, and I'll see you all next time.